Hello friends, welcome to Online Study for You. This is Pratik Srivastava here, your placement trainer, and today we are going to learn the basics of the percentage and the question asked in the TCS NQT 2020 and the type of the questions which will be asked in the TCS NQT phase 2. So let's start with the basics of the percentage. So percentage will be always equals to 1 divided by 100. Now 1 by 2 will be considered as 50%, 1 by 3 will be considered as 33.3%. See, this how it happens actually. 1 by 2 into I can write 100 divided by 100. So because if you divide this, it will be 1. Then now you divide this by 50 times. So 50 into 1 by 100. So as I said, percentage is nothing but 1 by 100. So this will be also called as 50%. So 1 by 2 is 50%. 1 by 3 is 33.33%. 1 by 4 is 25%. 1 by 5 is 20%. 1 by 6 is 16.67%. 1 by 7 is 14.28%. And 1 by 8 is 12.5%. And 1 by 9 will be equal to 11.11%. Right? Okay. So this you have to keep in mind, friends. See, I am not telling you to remember many things. See, 1 by 5, anyway, you know 20%. This already you know 20%. So only few things I am asking you to remember, and I will show you the use cases of these things here. Now you have to calculate 50% of 840. So friends, what students generally do, they will calculate 840 into 55 by 100, and then they will sit and calculate this. But 55% is nothing but 50% and plus 5%. Now 50% of this value, see, the total is nothing but 100%. See, if you have 200 rupees and if I ask you give me 50%, then you will give what? 100 rupees, because this you are considering at 100%. Same thing here, 840 is the 100%, and if I am asking you 50%, then it will be 420. And what about 5%? So you can see 1 0 is less. So again you do 1 0 is less from here. 1 0 is less means nothing but divided by 10. So this will be 462. You know, by just doing something, you will be able to get the percentage of that. So this is as easy as you find percentage in mathematics. Now 64.28% of 343. Now this question you have to solve, and this is a good question. Now how you are going to solve? 343 into 64.28 divided by 100. Okay, solve. Let's see how much time it is taking. It will be taking 2 minutes minimum. 1 to 2 minutes minimum it will take. Now let's see what I am going to do. So I will say this is 50% plus 14.28%. 50% plus 14.28%. Now what will be the 50%? Half of this. So 17 into 2 is 34 and 1.5 is 3. 50% we got. 14.28%. 14.28% is nothing but 1 by 7. So 1 by 7 into 343. So 7 cube will be equal to 343. So if you have remembered the cube, then you will be knowing. See, my suggestion is remember a square still. Remember a square still 1 to 35, so that your calculation will be easy, and cubes from 1 to 15, and tables from 1 to 20. So these three things you should be able to remember, so your speed will be fast and you can do the faster calculation like me. Now friends, 14.28% is nothing but 1 by 7. 1 by 7 into 343. I know this is nothing but 49. I know this is nothing but 49. Add this 0.5, 9, 1, 10. And then 7 plus 4 is 11. Plus 1 is 12. See, 9 plus 1 is 10. 1 is in hand. So 11 plus 1 is 12. 1 is in hand. 220.5. So 220.5. You know, within 30 seconds you will be able to solve this. So I am not praising myself, but the trick whatever we have is very much sufficient to solve the questions of percentage. Now I am going to tell you a very important things, so that you have to keep in mind. If A is equals to 180 and B is equals to 160, then if I ask A is what percentage, A is what percentage more than B, A is what percentage more than B. So now first you see A is what value more than B. So A is 20 more than B. A is 20 more than B. And now A is what percentage more than B. So A is getting compared with B. So put B down. Put B down into 100. So this will be nothing but 8 times. So 8 if you divide, see, 1 by 8 is nothing but 12.5%. So you can directly say 12.5% will be the answer. So friends, this is a very important concept. A is what percentage more than B. So first you see A is what value more than B? 20. Now A is getting compared with what? B. So keep B down. So 20 by 160 by into 100. So this will give you 12.5%. And this is one important concept in percentage. So before moving towards the next concept or the next questions of the percentage, I am going to teach you one more thing which is very important in percent. Now if I say A is equals to 120 and B is 20% or 30% more than A. This I have told you many times. If you are not able to understand, then do or die remember this, but you should be able to understand this. This is not a very difficult thing. So A is equals to 120, B is 30% more than A. So B is 30% more than A. So B is equals to 30% more than A. So A is 120 and B is 30% more. So if it is 30% more, 30% profit, then add it to 100 and divide it by 100. Add it to 100 and then divide it by 100. So 130 by 100, 1010 gone, 1010 gone, and this will be 156 will be the answer. Now suppose A is equals to 80 and if I say B is 25%, B is 25% less than A. B is 25% less than A. So no problem friends, B will be equal to A into, if it is less, then subtract from the 100, and divide it by 100. So if you will subtract, it will be 75 by 100. Now 25 3 ja, 25 4 ja, and 4 20 ja. So 60 will be the answer. Then the value of B will be equal to 60. So this is the important concept which I wanted to tell you. So if it is 30% more, then add it to 100 and divide it by 100. If it is 25% less or any percentage less, then subtract it from the 100 and then divide it by 100. So this is the concept which we are going to use extensively in the percentage. Now let's start with the questions in percentage. Question number 1 I have directly taken from the TCS NQT 2020 exam, and a student complained that the questions are difficult. Friends, I am not denying the questions were not difficult, but few of the questions were difficult, not all the questions were difficult. So let's see what is this question. Until now whatever I have taught you, that is sufficient for solving this question. So let's see what they are telling in the question and how we are going to solve. So don't go and count the number of lines. Question has to be solved on basis of the minimal data. Now let's see what is the minimum data which is required to solve the question. So Mary Meeker in her annual internet trend report said that Americans are spending even more time in digital media, 6.3 hours a day in 2018, up 5% from the year before. So 2017 Americans were spending, that data is not given, but what they are telling, Americans are spending 6.3 hours in digital media in 2018, and which is 5% more as compared to the previous year. So friends, this kind of question has to be solved using the option attack. See, this kind of question has to be solved in option attack. If you want to go with the normal procedure, then what is that normal procedure? Let me say here, what is the normal procedure? So normal procedure is, suppose they are spending X hours in 2017 and then 5% more. So friends, I said if there is anything more, then add it to 100 and divide it by 100, add it to 100 and divide it by 100, and then it will be equal to 6.3 hours. Now X will be equal to 6.3 into 100 and then divide by 105. If we remove this decimal, one more 0 will come in the denominator. Then 5 20 times and 5 21 times, 21 3 times, and then 2 times. So 3 into 2 will be what? 6 hours. So in 2017 they are spending 6 hours. But now friends, I am saying do not use this method. You might get confused and you might not be able to solve this question in the exam. So go for the option attack, which is a easier option. So in 2017 how many hours they are spending? So you see, this option is in 5 hours 53 minutes, 6 hours 10 minutes. So we will pick the option which is having the whole number, not in the fraction, kind of like this. So first option is 6 hours. So 6 hours, if you calculate 5%, then 6 hours 5% will be nothing but 0.3. That means earlier if they were spending 6 hours, then now they are spending 6.3 hours, which is correct. Option B is the correct answer. You could have taken option D also. 5 hours earlier they are spending, now 5%. So 5% will be nothing but 0.25. So earlier they are spending 5 and now 0.25, then 5.25. No, now they are spending 6.3. So there is only one option, which is nothing but option B. I told you the normal procedure also, I told you the trick also. So friends, trick will always help you to solve the questions in exam without any pressure and in less amount of time. So always go for the option tag. Now one similar type of question I will tell you how we can solve, and that question I am teaching to the student from the long time, and by seeing this question you will realize this question and the next question is exactly similar. There is no difference at all in the question except the length of the question. So don't go on the length of the question, you should go always to the concept of the question. So now let's see this question. So on my sister 15th birthday, she was 159 centimeter in height, having grown 6% since the year before. How tall was she the previous year? So on my sister 15th birthday, so here 15th birthday, she was 159 centimeter in the height, and from the previous year she has grown by 6%. So you have to tell in the 14th birthday what was her height. So again friends, if you want to go by normal method, then the growth is 6%. So 106 by 100 and then it will be 159. The calculation itself is so much complicated. So now let's see friends, how tall was she the previous year? Go by option attack. Right? Okay. So now this option is eliminated, because if previous year definitely her height will be less, then only after 6% growth it will be 159. Now pick the option which is simple. So 150, calculating 6% of 150 will be easy. So if you calculate 6% of this, then 15 into 6 will be what? 90. That means 9. So 150 plus 9, yes, 159 centimeter. Option B is the correct answer. And this question, friend, I am teaching from the long time to the student, and the same question we had in 2018. Americans are using 6.3 hours and having grown 5% from the last year. So 2017, what we had to do? So you had to use the option attack to solve this kind of question. Now moving towards the next question of percentage, which was asked last year. So let's see the question number. Now friends, question number 3, twin brothers Lava and Kusa. So there are two twin brothers there, Lava is there and Kusa is there, wrote the TCS NQT test 2019 phase 2. So while Lava has scored 45% and got 4 marks below the cutoff. Now basically we have to calculate the cutoff. Okay, so what is the cutoff? See, Lava is scoring 45% and got 4 marks below the cutoff. That means Lava is not even able to pass. That means not even able to reach the cutoff, because he is getting 4 marks less. See, he is scoring 45%, but still 4 more marks are required to get the cutoff marks, to pass marks, right? So 45% plus 4, if Lava will get, then he will pass or he will reach the cutoff. Kusa has scored 60%. So Kusa is scoring 60% and he is getting 8 marks above the cutoff. So 60% Kusa is scoring, and if you will subtract 8 from that, then that will be nothing but my cutoff, right? So this kind of 2 questions has been asked in the TCS NQT exam, but the concept is very simple, friend. See, Lava got 45%, but if he would have got 4 more marks, then he would have passed, then he would have got the cutoff mark. Same thing with Kusa, he got 60% marks, but he scored 8 marks more than, see, 60% is having the cutoff plus 8 marks. So I can say the cutoff marks will be nothing but 60% minus 8. Now Lava is scoring 45% marks, but still 4 marks less than the cutoff. So cutoff will be nothing but 45% plus 4. So friends, here you can see that's what I have written. So this is nothing but equal to cutoff. Now I can say here 8 I will bring here. So 4 plus 8 will be equal to 60% minus 45%. So this will be equal to 12, and if you will subtract, then this will be 15%. So 15% is equal to 12. So 1% will be equal to 12 by 15. 1% will be equal to 12 by 15. And what they want? They want the maximum marks. That means they want the 100% marks. So you can say 3 5 ja and 3 4 ja and 5 20 ja. So the maximum marks in the exam was what? 80. The maximum marks in the exam was 80. So 80 was the maximum marks in the exam. And again I say this is one of the simple question from the percentage topic. Now moving towards the different type of question number 4. So question number 4 is a question from the percentage and a expected question in your exam. Okay, two students appeared at an examination. So there are two students are there appearing for the examination. So this is first student, and then we have second student. So both are appearing for the examination. One of them secured 9 marks more than the other. So one of them secured 9 marks more than the other. So suppose first student is scoring x, then second will score x plus 9. See, one of them secured 9 marks more than the other, and his marks, that means and the second student marks, and his marks is 56%, and his marks is 56% of sum of their marks, 56% of sum of their marks. So sum of their marks means x plus 9, and that's all your answer. You will be easily able to get it. So x plus 9 will be equal to 56 divided by 100 into 2x plus 9 into 2x plus 9. Now x plus 9 will be equal to, friends, 56, you can say 14 times, 14 into 4 will be 56. So if you know the table, then only you will be able to divide it instantly, and 425 times. So I can say 14 divided by 25 into 2x plus 9. Now you see cross multiplication. So 25 into x plus 9 will be equal to 14 into 2x plus 9. Then 25x plus, so 25 into 9 I will write is equals to 28x plus 14 into 9 I will write. And then, friends, what I will say, this x I will bring this side. So 28x minus 25x is equals to 25 into 9 into 14 into 9. Now you say, friends, so this if you subtract, then it will get 3x, and 9 you take common, then 25 minus 14. So 3x will be equal to 9 into this will be 11. So 3 times, so x will be equal to 33. That means one student got 33 marks and another student got 33 plus 9, which will be equal to 42 marks. 42 marks, and the difference between the marks will be definitely 9 marks. So this was one of the important question, and I am expecting from my side that this kind of questions you will be getting this year in the exam. But again, you have to stick to the concept, and that kind of questions may come in your exam. If your concept is clear, means you will be able to solve any kind of question. Moving towards the next question, question number 5. So question number 5 is, in an election between two candidates, one got 55% of the total valid votes, 20% of the votes were invalid. If the total number of votes was 7,500, what was the number of valid votes that the other candidate got? Quite confusing question, friends. But if you will read line by line, then this will be one of the simpler question till now whatever you have done. So in an election between two candidates, one got 55% of the total votes. Okay, 20% of the votes were invalid. If the total number of votes were 7,500. So friends, total number of valid votes. So total number of valid votes is here 7,500. Okay. Now one got 55% of the total valid votes, 20% of the votes were invalid. So if we'll talk about the invalid votes, so if I'll talk about the invalid votes, 20% were invalid, right? So 20% were invalid. So what will be the number of valid votes? So valid votes will be nothing but 80%. 80%. So we can calculate the total valid votes. So the total valid votes will be 7,500 into 80 by 100. So gone. 75 into 80 will be 600 and 1 0. So 6,000. So total number of valid votes is nothing but 6,000. Now, what was the number of valid votes that the other candidate got? See, one candidate is getting 55%. So one candidate is getting 55%. So another candidate will get 100% minus 55%, which is nothing but 45%. So how much vote the other candidate got? So which is nothing but 45% of that, which is nothing but 45% of that. So if you will try to calculate, this will be 2,700. Now friends, this much is not required. So whatever we have done till here is not required. We could have done it directly. Now how we could have done it directly, that we will see. So in an election between two candidates, one got 55% of the total valid votes. 20% of the votes were invalid. So total number of votes is 7,500. 20% the votes are invalid. So how much percent of the valid votes? 80%. Okay. And now one got 55% of the total valid votes. So another person will get 45% of the total valid votes. Now simplify this. 2020 gone. 24 ja, 25 ja, 5 9 ja. So we can see here 75 into 36. So what I will do, friends, 36 into 50 plus 25 I will do. Okay, so 3650. So 3650 I can also write that it is nothing but 1 by 2. So 18. So here it will be 1800 plus 3625. So 36 half will be 18, and again 18 half will be 900. So this will be nothing but 2700. So the other person got 2700, and that's what we have got it here also. So friends, questions are simple. The only thing is how we take that and how we solve that. It totally depends upon us. We can solve in one line, and even we can solve in the multiple lines also. The only thing is we should be very much clear with our concepts. Right, friends? Now friends, I am going to teach you some important concept. I am going to teach you some important concept in percentage, and that important concept in percentage, and that you have to keep in mind. So these concepts, if you keep in mind, then you will be able to solve the problem, and I will give you some simple problem also so that you can practice here. Now the question is, see, if a shopkeeper increases his goods price by 10%, and then he reduces to 8%, then what is the net effect on the price? What is the net effect on the price? So this kind of question, let's see how we are going to deal with. So friends, this very simple question. So what we can do is, the shopkeeper goods price we will assume as 100 rupees. Okay, now, so already I have taught you the concept. I am going to apply this in the question. So a shopkeeper increasing his good price by 10%. So if there is any kind of increment is there, then add it to 100 and then divide it to 100. Okay, and then he is going to reduce it to 8%. So if there is any kind of reduction is there, then subtract it to 100 and then divide it by 100, and that's all. You will be able to get your answer. Now 100 plus 10 will be 110 by 100, and this you can see 92 by 100. Now this only you have to solve. So this is cancelled, and 1010 cancelled, and 11 into 92 divided by 10. So first of all we learn how to multiply 11 into 92. So write 9 and write 2, and 9 plus 2 will be what? So 9 plus 2 will be 11. So write 1 here, and 1 will go in the hand. So 2, 1 and 10. So it will be 1012 divided by 10. If we divide by 10, then one decimal will come before 2. So it will be 101.2. Now the price of the goods was 100 rupees, and now it is 101.2, and now it is 101.2. That means you can see from here 1.2 rupees, or you can say the net effect is nothing but 1.2%, because when the base is 100, always remember, when the base is 100, then no need to, when the base is 100, then the rupees, in terms of rupees and in terms of percentage, both will be same. So when the base is 100, then in terms of rupees 1.2 rupees, in terms of percentage it will be 2%. So this will be the correct answer for this question. So this was one of the important concept which I had to discuss in percentage. The other things I have discussed. So I trust and I have the belief in you that you will be able to solve now any kind of percentage question in your exam. So just go for the concept. Do not try to remember the formula and the concept and the problems. Just go for the concept, and definitely you will be able to make it in the exam. So thanks a lot for watching the video, and this is Pratik Srivastava here, and all the best for your TCS NQT Phase 2 exam. So thanks a lot again for watching the video.